bicycle began as the ultimate dream machine. Cheaper, healthier, more exciting, and more glamorous than horse-drawn vehicles or horses. In the 1940s, almost half the trips in London and Copenhagen were cycled, and the figure was over 80% in Amsterdam. Competition from motor vehicles then began to drive bikes off the road. Commuter cycling nearly died. So did far too many cyclists. And too many transport planners prioritised motor transport, as they still do. Then, in 1961, a keen cyclist wrote a book on the death and life of the great American cities. Jane Jacobs described the attrition of automobiles by cities as probably the only means by which absolute numbers of vehicles can be cut down. Accidents weren't her focus. She argued that sedentary transport wastes urban space and is a serious health hazard. And she was dead right. Jacobs' book had enormous influence, and in the half-century since its publication, the car has come to be seen as a dangerous, unhealthy, city-destroying transport mode. We should drive only when we have to. In 1973, Stop die Kindermoord launched a political campaign that led to Amsterdam becoming the world's cycling capital. Stop child murder was a brilliant slogan. How could anybody be against it? And it includes deaths from traffic accidents, from physical inactivity, from obesity, and from air pollution. Also in 1973, the first oil crisis highlighted another problem with road transport. It's very expensive. So, in the 21st century, cycling has been resurgent around the world, with Holland and Denmark still leading the way. A book called Copenhagen explains how to encourage cycling by building cycleways. The crucial point is that from 2004 to 2018, Copenhagen invested £35 per head per year in cycleway networks. That's about the cost of 12 cups of coffee per mouth per year, and it raised the proportion of all trips in Copenhagen done by bicycle, the mode share, from 20% to 42%. For most of this period, London's expenditure on cycle infrastructure was only £2 per head per year, making about £35 in 15 years. And this raised the mode share of cycling by 1% to 2%. You get what you pay for. The 2018 London Cycling Action Plan promises to invest about £18 per head per year in cycling and walking. This is expected to raise the cycling mode share by 0.5% per year to 5% in 2025. Similar increases are not planned for the rest of the UK. A United Nations report in 2016 advised both rich and poor countries to spend a fifth of their transport budgets on NMT, non-motorised transport. For the UK, this would be £91 per head per year, equivalent to 30 cups of coffee per mouth per year. With £35 per head buying a 1% per year increase in the cycling mode share, spending at the UN rate of £91 per head would take the London cycling mode share from 2.5% to 25% in 1 decade. This would transform the city. Another consideration for London is that overall transport demand has been rising at 1% a year for more than 10 years. So the supply has to increase. But how? Creating more space for roads and car parks would not be possible. Cramming more people into trains would be cruel. Massive rail investment is possible, but Crossrail will only increase London's transport capacity by 2% in 10 years at a cost of £18 billion. That's spending £170 per head per year for a decade. When spending half this sum on a cycle network, London's transport capacity would rise by 25%, and the cycleway network would require no electricity and little maintenance. It would operate 24 hours a day with no breakdowns and no industrial action. It would free up road space for use by commercial vehicles. And it would make London a much healthier place to live and work, saving more billions of pounds. Cost-benefit analysis favours cycling, and this is why the UN regards cycling as such a crucial investment. Like Jane Jacobs, they're dead right. The UK Facebook group for Stop Killing Cyclists has 7,000 members. Please join, and please help, and please ask anyone who stands for an election in your part of the country whether they support the UN target for investment in cycling. £91 per head per year for the UK. Let's make the country that invented the Rover safety bicycle into a country where cycling saves lives.
Thank you everybody from our heart for coming today. Thank you for people who've travelled from north, south, east and west of Britain. We really welcome you here because we want to let you know that Stop Killing Cyclists, whilst we were founded in London, we know that your fight is our fight. Whether you're from Manchester, Cardiff, Edinburgh, a village in Kent or from Essex, wherever you're from, all our streets need to be made safe for humans, and we're with you. We haven't mentioned the hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people who are living with asthma, diabetes, crash injuries, disablement from crashes, diabetes, pollution. There's 5 million suffering from diabetes. There's 5 million suffering from asthma. There's hundreds of thousands of people disabled. We are here today on their behalf as well. But finally, we always like to remind you the positive, the extraordinary positive that cycling and walking has to offer our societies. What has society to gain if they invest the $3 billion? We get healthier lives. We get longer lives. We get safer lives. We get less diabetes. We get less cancer. We get less asthma. We get safer streets for cycling. Our kids are able to play on the streets again. We get no climate change. We get no extinction. We get no more Ellas. My friends, we're here on a fight. We're fighting for our lives. We're fighting for our kids' lives. We're fighting for life on our planet. But we know cycling has a huge positive answer to those challenges. So I invite you, at our final moment today, to say 3 cheers for cycling. Hip hip! Hooray! Hip hip! Hooray! Hip hip! Hooray! Thank you. See you at the Treasury next year.